Today, I am reviewing the Dell Pro Micro Plus Mini PC. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. I've been testing the Dell Pro Micro Plus for the last 2 weeks, and I have to say, it is a strange experience to have this much raw processing power sitting on my desk in a box no bigger than a stack of coasters. Most mini PCs I test feel like toys or compromise machines, but this new OptiPlex 7000 series feels like a genuine, downsized workstation. If you are tired of a massive tower taking up your legroom but you're afraid to switch to a laptop, this might be the most practical middle ground I have seen this year. You can check the link below the video if you want to see the current pricing or explore the specific configuration I am using today. The star of the show here is the Intel Core Ultra 5 processor. It is not just about the clock speed. It is the addition of the NPU that makes this feel different from the OptiPlex units I was using a few years ago. During my testing, I threw a heavy Excel workbook with about 50,000 rows of data at it, along with a dozen browser tabs and a background video call. The system didn't stutter, and more importantly, the fan noise stayed impressively low. It isn't silent, but it has a low-frequency hum that is easily drowned out by ambient office noise. If you are doing standard business tasks or even light data modeling, you will never feel like you are running out of headroom. One of the big selling points for this specific model is the quad display support. Having 4 DisplayPort outputs on a machine this small is actually pretty rare. I hooked it up to 3 of my monitors just to see how the integrated graphics would handle it, and it was smooth. If you are a trader or someone who works in logistics and needs to stare at multiple dashboards all day, this is a massive win. You save so much physical space compared to a traditional desktop, and you don't have to deal with the cable clutter that usually comes with external docking stations or daisy-chaining monitors. However, I need to be honest about who this is for. This is an enterprise-grade machine, which means it is built for stability and longevity rather than raw gaming performance. If you are looking to play modern, high-fidelity games on this, you're going to be disappointed. The integrated graphics are great for productivity and multi-monitor setups, but they're not going to handle heavy 3D rendering or AAA gaming titles. That is not what this machine is for. If you're a gamer, look elsewhere. But if you're a professional who needs a reliable machine that boots in seconds and handles multitasking like a champ, this is exactly what you want. The build quality is exactly what you would expect from the Dell commercial line. It feels dense, sturdy, and well-ventilated. I really appreciate that they didn't skimp on the RAM or the storage. Getting 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory out of the box is a big deal because it means you aren't going to have to open this thing up and upgrade it the moment it arrives. The 1 terabyte SSD is also plenty for most professional workflows. I found that file transfer speeds were consistent and snappy, which makes a huge difference when you are pulling large datasets from a network drive or a local server. There are a few things that might frustrate some users, though. First, the port selection is purely focused on business. You get the high-speed USB-C, which is great, but if you are someone who relies on a massive amount of legacy USB-A peripherals, you might find yourself needing a hub. Also, because this is an enterprise machine, it comes with a fair bit of pre-installed management software. It is not quite bloatware, but it is certainly not a clean, stripped-down OS experience. If you are a power user who likes to customize every inch of your system, you might spend the first hour of ownership uninstalling or disabling some of those background services. In terms of value, this is an investment. It is not the cheapest mini PC on the market, but you are paying for the reliability of the OptiPlex brand. I have seen cheaper options from smaller brands that look good on paper, but they often struggle with heat management or long-term component failure. With this Dell, you are getting military-grade durability testing and the kind of support ecosystem that matters when this machine is at the center of your daily work. If you value your time and you need your computer to work every single morning without fail, that peace of mind is worth the premium. I would recommend this to anyone working in a home office with limited desk space, or a small business owner who needs to deploy a dozen machines that are easy to manage and physically unobtrusive. If you are someone who works on spreadsheets, code, or heavy administrative tasks, you are going to be very happy here. On the other hand, if you are a creative professional doing heavy video editing or a gamer, you should look for something with a dedicated GPU. This is a workhorse, not a racehorse. Overall, the Dell Pro Micro Plus hits the mark for its intended audience. It is quiet, it is fast, and it is incredibly compact. It does exactly what it promises to do without overcomplicating things. If you want to dive deeper into the specs or see if this fits your current setup, feel free to check the links below the video. It is a solid, practical machine that makes me wonder why anyone would ever go back to a full-size tower for standard office work.